Ooh.
I think
Hello
they said that
and
about
welcome to Wednesday Night Onlyfigs. I am your host, Mr. Montoyfer, and I am joined by the founder of the Neck Illuminati, the delayer of shipments, the procrastinator breeders, the perfect person, my YouTube wife, Mrs. Montoyfer, Jarmar_games. I'm also joined by the man Montoyfer has full custody over, the man after Shrine Popped and refuses to stop, the Twilight Knight, the Master of Mac, the three-pump chump of taking this show off the rails, Nate.
What's up?
How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
I'm doing good too.
Oh, I feel like you were gonna say you weren't. It's
Well,
okay if you're not.
That's how the podcast went. Not now.
This is a safe space.
He's a little more excited for this.
I'm a little bit more awake. I did take a nap right before the actual show because I wasn't feeling well. So
I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't heard from you, and I was waiting for another like one of those "they got this" situations.
No, I set my alarm, and my wife knew, so she was gonna wake me up as well.
Good.
But I was sleeping.
I mentioned I'm a big fan of your wife, right?
Yeah, I am
We
too.
also got this. If you ever need a nap through a show, we got this.
I mean, depending on what the topic is, because I feel like this recent topic, you would have had a lot more because you were there with me at PowerCon to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Was this? Yeah, about the joke. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was the bit. Let's look at the chat real quick. Smiz59, yay! I'm excited. Someone's excited to see us. We've got Paul Johnson, LOL. Northern Nomad, what up, suckers? Paul Johnson, ask and you shall receive. Nate Sideshow is releasing a Lost Boys figure.
Oh, interesting.
I'm assuming that means it's going to be a big boy because it's Sideshow.
Yeah, it's probably is going to be a big boy, which
may make
I don't
you
do
not
big
want to do
boys
it
anymore. No, but
Oh.
I don't do big boys. I'm about as big as I can handle.
Is there any more big boy restaurants?
Speaking of, this is a blatant name drop here, but I did not know that Big Nerdy was that big, dude.
Dude is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
And you can't teach
That's
that.
a lot nicer than what you felt like you're about to. Like, we're live. What are you doing?
No, dude is built like a brick house. He's
Dude,
fucking tall.
He's a big guy, and like we first saw him this past weekend, he was in a little scooter because he broke his foot. If you haven't seen the video of that, please watch it.
It's unfortunately really funny.
It's very unfortunately very funny. But he was on a scooter, and then like at one point he got up, and I was like, "Good God, man!" And I'm used to the BFC, who was also a massive guy. I would like to see Big Nerdy and BFC like.
I feel like
in a wrestling match or.
A mud wrestling match? Is this what we're going with?
I need some sort of mud wrestling's fine too. I no shame here. I'll watch it. But yeah, like I would like to see those two. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. Out of the two, I will say this: I think Big Nerdy is more imposing of a presence.
Yeah.
Just in general. But yeah, when he he was in his little hover around scooter, rocking it, and then he stood up to take that picture of that dude, and we both just kind of looked at each other like, "What the fuck?"
Yep.
Like I was not expecting. Like he mentioned when he was on the show, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a big dude," but I just assumed like maybe he was like your height and just like kind of bigger, but no, he's.
Look, I can say this: like he's not a svelte guy. I'm not a svelte guy. I assumed that's what he meant.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a mountain of a man.
I didn't realize that he was the mountain.
Right, sense. Like from Game of Thrones. Like,
yes,
he is just a giant man,
which makes that video of him falling off his porch so much funnier because it took so long in real time for him.
Even better, like because he had to go all the way down.
He had to. There was a lot of distance to cover. Back to the chat, Boogeyman13. Time for the best Wednesday live show. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Oh,
wait, no, maybe they're watching something else.
Fair.
There might be another.
I didn't even think about that.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Dave is doing gripping and ripping right now. So. But Dave did start an hour before us, though. So
okay, that's fair. Okay.
Paul Johnson, 1/6 scale. It looks amazing. Smith 59. Yes, I'm Callie. In Callie has couple. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. But awesome. Glad that you're in Cali
I
and you're
love
joining
it.
us.
I do appreciate that you're in Cali. Cause,
Yes.
I mean, especially in like 3 months, I'm going to be super jealous when it's cold and
I'm
awful.
not.
Oh.
I'm not gonna be jealous at all. I'm gonna be like, thank God it's cold. Boogeyman 13. Jarmar, take the compliment.
Oh, okay. So it was us.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Also, take the
Anytime
compliment
you
was
want
in
to take it away,
all caps.
you can.
For the record. Sure, where's my? That's all. Fuck. Are we ready for the numbers game?
Oh yeah. I thought you were looking for something
yes.
else.
Let me look at something real quick that I do have to double check because in celebration of PowerCon, it is a He-Man and Masters of the Universe related question.
Please tell me it's guessing names because I'm much better at that.
No, not
This is
at
the
all.
numbers game,
Well,
Michael.
Yeah.
maybe there's a calendar man or calendar.
That was a reach, but okay.
Or a calculator dude, and his name's Calculator.
So, as Michael got to learn so much from me this weekend.
Yes.
As I spouted off random toy knowledge that if he didn't film, he would have no way of seeing again in any way, shape, or form. It's fine.
Go watch our
I would
PowerCon toy hunt.
Yes, that's a plug to
plug.
watch our Power. Nice job, by the way. That was
Thank
very
you.
nice. That was a very good video.
I'll give you a compliment too, since you're giving compliments. I pulled it up, completely didn't expect to want to watch the rest of it, and it was actually pretty entertaining. It was pretty well.
I wasn't sure where that was going because you were like, I didn't expect to watch the rest of it, and then I didn't. Was what I thought you were saying.
No, my only criticism is to get you a gimbal.
Yeah, I do need
That'd be cool.
I need something
It'd be
better.
cool.
I will say this as well. I apologize for the beginning segment. There's a solid like 30 to 60 seconds of where you and Chucky B were talking about the love triangle of the $1 billion man or whatever.
Yes.
And I was like, I am not good. I thought I cut that out and skipped to the next part. And I didn't. I just put music over it. That's how tired I was while I was editing that. So I'm just, I really apologize for that 60 seconds of just awkward Nate and him pointing at it with music going over it.
The fact that there's no music there, yeah. If anybody watches it and wants to know, because we were talking about the $6 Million Man, there was a Jamie Summers and I don't know what the guy's name is because I was also too young for that show, but he was telling me about how they were supposed to get married in that show, and then I kind of went off on a tirade that basically he left her at the altar because she became a robot, let alone the fact that he was already a robot, and I thought that was kind of like a double standard. But yes, so
wait, is that true, or did you just make that up real quick?
The fact that they were supposed to get married is, I guess, true. I never watched either show.
Oh, okay.
I cannot say.
I was like, that's kind of a deep story.
By the time I was young, I had real shows to watch.
By the time you were young?
Yeah, well, by the time I was watching TV, I had real shows to watch, so I never went back to that one. No offense to anyone who was a fan of that show. I watch shows that people now would not watch because they have better shows to watch. So it's generational. But in 1990, He-Man returned to television screens in The New Adventures of He-Man. It ran from 1990 to 1991. Between 1 and 150, how many episodes were made of The New Adventures of He-Man?
Whew, all right.
I'm gonna give you a little picture.
I mean, I've seen that you showed me
Oh,
the
there was
toys
like
while we were there.
6
so.
episodes of that. That doesn't. There's no way.
Well, while Jarmar figures out his number, Chris Allen, hey now, with a little wavy emoji. How's it going, man? I apologize. I'm going to butcher this name. Satham Seethal says, hey guys,
Close
for
enough.
show. Welcome.
up?
Chris Allen has submitted his guess.
All right.
All right. Is
All right.
everybody ready?
I'll flash first. Oh, I already put mine up there.
Paul has submitted his guess.
Do you
I'm
guys?
really
Do you guys
regretting my
want a
number.
hint?
Nope, I've already
right.
set it in easily erasable ink. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose.
right.
I've showed mine already. So
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Why is Nate banned from casinos?
ask him how he shoots dice.
You guys have to watch next week's episode of the podcast to understand that reference.
All right.
Yeah.
So minor cheat. It's the right answer, but I have used this photo reference before.
Damn it!
Oh my God, I'm just so fucking amazing. You know what I mean? I just want to like really thank my mom. She helped me understand numbers at an early age. It was yeah, some days I wanted to give up, but she kept me going. So I just want to give a shout out to her, my wife, my family, and all the people who helped me get here. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate the opportunity for beating you every week on this show.
I like that the NECA Illuminati hat is behind you
at all times.
Yeah. Always watching. Always watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat at least was in the same vein as me, as like it wasn't going to be that many episodes because Chris Allen put 35, Paul Johnson put 24, Sethaham, I'm sorry, man, I don't know how to say your name, put 26. So like at least I wasn't alone in expecting that show to not last 60 fucking episodes. As soon as Jarmar put 61, I'm like, I've got a chance.
I feel like a good numbers game would be me, a pretty big Masters of the Universe fan. Little fun. How many episodes do you think I've watched?
Of
65.
All?
Yeah.
65.
I'm gonna say like
5.
Probably,
really?
Oh my God! I was gonna say 10.
It is a rough show to get into.
So what we learned is you don't want to judge a book by its cover. However,
sometimes
a TV show definitely judge it by its poster.
Judge it by its VHS box.
Don't judge it by its toy line. Judge it by its
Because I was like, there's no way. That's But yeah. All right. So my weekly purchases. One item first on the lot is something that made an appearance on a previous what do we call this? Onlyfigs.
Onlyfigs. Yes.
I'm just gonna put
the shirt.
Literally rebranded this show like a year ago. And we do this every week.
Which is why it's so hard to remember. Okay, so I have the sports little turtles here. You got Raphael playing baseball, Leonardo playing hockey. Leonardo was, a lot of people don't know, one of the first. A lot of people think Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, are playing two sports. Really, Leonardo was that dude back in the day. So went from hockey to football. Leo knows. Yeah. Yep. So I have those. Shout out to Carl. Thank you. I appreciate those. I'm gonna look and compare.
Thank you, Michael, for being.
Well, Michael, thank you for transporting. Okay, so
I was the unknowing middleman, mind you.
Michael was gonna get a shout out for something else, but now I'm just gonna move on to another purchase here. I got this. Don't know where it came from. I just saw it one day and picked it up off the ground. So that's really cool.
You know what? I think I saw that on the floor at T-Mobile while someone was asking for your autograph.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was. I found it there. The one cool thing about this that I don't know if you guys were paying attention to previous shows. I don't even know if I showed it off actually now that I think about it. But anyways, good friend Wes, who I could give you his address, his social, and his last name if you'd like. He's not watching, so
closely.
I'm sure. But anyways, he gave me the other 3 turtles. This one I was just lucky to happen to find it in the store. If only, I think Michael, you had one of these, didn't you?
I did. I was thought about giving it to you, but then I was like, nah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Shout out to the person who dropped it at T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Speaking of giving other shout outs, I have to give a giant shout out to someone who is very kind We feel like on the same wavelength with this person a lot of times. That person's Nate. He found Splinter for me at a far off random Walmart, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Because
very
I
far
have
off.
not been able to see him. But
Very
funny
far
thing
off.
about
Ain't
this,
no mountain high.
Yeah.
couldn't find it anywhere. Got it from you. Literally went to Target 2 days ago. There was 2 of them. I was like,
Yeah.
why
That's
does it always
usually the
happen
way
that
it
way? Why does
usually
that
the way
happen
it
like
works.
that? But yeah, so I have this. If you haven't seen the movie, ignore everything
So
that
good.
everyone else says. Really good. Standout character, I have to say. When
my God, yes.
Jackie Chan was like the voice actor, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. A little
I was like, this
mildly
could get a little
racist, kinda,
questionable, yeah.
yeah. But then him actually, it fits so
Mhm.
well. It was fucking fantastic. So I absolutely love that. Another thing, Target. I was there. Didn't know because I don't follow toy content at all. So I have no clue when things
Nowhere.
release or we already know that. So I was in Target and I walked through the aisle. I don't know what I was looking for. I just went over there.
As one does.
Found
Oh,
Miles
you
Morales
bought
comic.
turtleneck miles.
Yeah, I did. I was reluctant because I feel like for sure, one, this probably is gonna go on clearance. But my wife was like, hey, just get it. We got the receipt, we'll get the money back later if so that's cool. But yeah, I do like it, and actually seeing it in person, I like this suit. It definitely looks better in the comic book, I would say. But it also doesn't look that bad. So I think I want to open this and pose it, but god damn it, these cards are so nice. And I get it, it's not like retro or anything. It just looks so cool. It's such like good quality that
It's
I don't want
so
to open
random
it.
though, because they've already like announced that they're going back to the original style packaging. So like the fact that they
Well,
did
these were
this
probably
line,
already in the
yeah, I know it's
in the
just so
cards, you
weird
gotta
still,
imagine.
like that they
Yeah.
did this weird pivot and
What you should do, Jamar, here's what I'll tell you. This is what I've done in the past. When they do go on clearance for 50% off, you buy 2, you take the one back at that original price, and then you have one to open, one to keep closed. And you only paid $24.99.
That's a really good point. That's a good point. I know for sure these are gonna be. There's probably like 50 people in like the East Coast. That's like
I
all
was
of.
gonna
I'm
say
not even
all,
just
all
in
of the
Ohio.
country, really.
That would be like, oh yeah, I want this Miles Morales in the suit that some little kid made in fashion school because he helped him. Yeah, I like this. So yeah, cool.
I didn't
Whatever.
even know that was what the suit was from.
That is literally how he ended up with the new suit. It's actually a kind of cool story, but
I mean, it sounds like a cool story. It's still ugly as fuck.
Also but it is ugly, but in like if he was like, I don't know, it's weird. The Miles Morales in the like comics, he's like, I don't want to say like urban because that seems like weird, but he's very like for the culture. This book is like the way they speak and stuff is very like relatable and like realistic. And so like this is kind of like that streetwear vibe, like big hoodie and couture but not couture kind of clothing, stuff that I'm not cool enough to wear at all. Like at
You're
all. I
also
just stay in my
not
lane.
like you're not 17.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually realized that. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
This year I will be changing now my survey place. When you take the surveys and it says the age that you're going through.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll be 35 to 44.
That's unfortunate.
It's sad.
If it's 35 to 44, shit, that means I change out of my bracket too.
Oh no, that bracket might be a lot worse.
For the record, I stay in my bracket for at least another couple of years.
So no more skinny pants for me, or I don't even know. That's probably where I should stay because that's not popular anymore, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you could do the high-waisted jeans. Go full mom jeans.
Ask Jarmar how he got kicked out of every store. He decided to wear high-waisted jeans. So my last thing that I have to show, most controversial purchase I've ever had, hands down.
Oh, because
I've heard it from my wife. I've heard it from Turtle fans. I've heard it from people who I do a show with, friends, everyone. And I'm here to say, sometimes you just got to go out there and buy something that you love because you love it.
Treat yourself.
That's it. Treat yourself. Was it worth $200 or $250? I don't know. But I love them, and I'm so happy. So I'm gonna go through and show you probably my up there Nendoroid figures. I got my turtles, so I have Raphael. His pizza dropped, and
I was gonna
didn't
say
feel
like he's
picking it
just
up.
like, hey.
Yeah, I got him kind of like posed up a little bit there. But again, I get it. Oh, they're just the regular turtles, blah blah blah. They're amazing, and it has like 13 times more, specifically 13 times more articulation than any little silly figure you would get from NECA or Super 7 or any of who's making turtle figures. So I'm just saying, these are amazing. So there's Raphael. Looks great. Looks so cool. I'll go in. Actually, Leo. Surprisingly,
Fake news.
it's not fake news. It's amazing news, is what it is.
Well, can you tell me all of the articulation here? Because now I need you to fucking like back this
It's
up.
We
an
don't have time
opinion,
for
not
that.
actual articulation points. I'm just saying 13 times better. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Looks
I
so
thought
good.
you're like
Detail.
claiming that
Great.
more. Okay.
Great. Michelangelo is in the middle. I was gonna do his pizzas, but I gotta switch out his hands. So he's got the little winky with the big tongue. This actually came the mouth part, which is cool because they're all like three, like technically two pieces. You can take the head off, and the mouths can go with any one of them and everything.
Okay.
So this mouth actually came with Raph, but I thought it looked better on my heat. So that was cool. So I got that, and then
I'll allow it.
the most adorable chibi of them all, Donatello. Oh my god,
That is.
it's
awesome.
adorable. It's
That's amazing.
absolutely fucking adorable, and I'm so
I kind of
happy.
that. Not gonna lie.
They're so cool. I love them. They came with like a lot of great like fun, like different poses and stuff that they give you like in the little manual of different things. So I'm gonna make them look nice and cute because that's why I buy Nendoroids. I want them to be cute, but they do have some cool aggressive faces that I think maybe one time I'll do, and then I'll switch it back.
Just one time.
But just one time. But that's my weekly purchases for the week, and I hope you guys appreciated that.
That's actually pretty. That's
That's hefty.
Yeah, that was a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know how
Yeah.
I had so much stuff, but
I'm surprised that
Yeah.
you're still married with how much you bought.
You guys are both gonna outdo me this week. I'll
I
tell
mean,
you that
I've
right
got
now.
I've got quite a bit. Yeah. So
I know.
ironically,
So,
I have more turtles than Jamar does. I think.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
play-
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the fact that you have those older ones means you have more than me. Anyway, so
that's right.
before I start, let's hit up chat again. Satham says, "Judge it by the naked guy with the big sword." Back to the don't judge a book by its cover.
That's that could mean a
and
lot.
that's right there. That's right there. Part of it because New Adventures of He-Man totally wears pants.
Yep, completely ruins it.
Yep.
Nate's number one fan has joined the chat. Hey Nate, looking masculine as always. It was great seeing you. Enjoy yourself at PowerCon. As for you, Michael, congrats and making everyone you spoke to look and sound comfortable.
Now this is a reference again. You didn't meet this person in person because we still don't know.
Not
No.
that he let us
Okay.
know.
Yeah, if
he
he
was
did,
there, he
it was
would not
completely
let us know.
incognito. It was very much like in passing, like, oh, well, probably like I like your shirt, and then walked away like he. If it was,
I just
Right.
want this to never be revealed. Ever.
I want to know why Nate's mom hates me. Man, duh collector put popcorn emoji.
But I had an excellent time
I
at
did too.
PowerCon. I think that should be not understated. And really, I didn't buy anything or very little,
Mhm.
and that was not the point of this show. And I made a joke in our chat that Michael guilted me into going, but I was not planning on going. And Michael was like, "Oh, you should come. I don't want to go by myself," that sort of thing. And I was like, I got a lot going on. I was like, but I'll see if I can.
Excuse you, sir. I don't think that's how that's not how that conversation went. I simply asked, like, hey, are you going to PowerCon? And you said, I don't know. I'm like, you should be so we can go and network. I never was like, I don't want to go alone.
Please, no one likes me. Please go with me.
I can show it in the group chat where you said, I don't want to go by myself.
Do it then, because I don't remember that conversation.
Okay, that's fine.
Please do, because I don't remember being so desperate and wet for it. But yeah,
It's okay. It's okay.
But water under the bridge, because I'm glad I went. I had an amazing time. This was one of the best shows I've ever been to. Not only was it fun to look around and walk around, but we met so many cool people. Got to talk to some of our, heroes. I got to talk to people who have done things or made things that I have, um, uh, have really enjoyed. I'll put it out there on the live stream. I probably should mention it on the show sometime. But I had an amazing experience with Brian Flynn from Super Seven. That does not mean that I won't be critical of what Super Seven does. We will of course be critical when it counts. But I will tell you 100%, the guy is legit and everything comes from the heart. He's trying his best, which is not to say that we can't hold him accountable, but good dude, 100%, great dude. Everybody we met was fantastic. So,
yeah, I had a blast. It was cool meeting everybody. To answer Northern Nomad, did you guys meet Dave Wonder at PowerCon? So I've met Dave prior, because obviously we've had him on the show. We've been on his live stream, so we're friends. I met him in person for the first time at C2E2 though, because he had a booth there. So I went and said hi, and we hung out for a little bit. Unfortunately, this time around it was very hard linking up, because we were only able to go for a day, and he was there for the whole weekend, and we kept seeing each other in passing. We'd be going to talk to someone as he was leaving, and he usually have some other venture he had to go off and do, so we didn't get to link up as much as I'd like. Ironically, once I got back up north, I did have a message from him on Instagram saying, hey, come to some hotel, because he was getting a bunch of people from the community together to go and hang out. And I was like, oh, sorry, man, me and Nate were only down there for the day, unfortunately. I had to make my way back up north, and we'll have to make it work next time. So a little disappointed that we weren't able to do more, but we got to meet Robo and Veebs. Robo, they were both great. Robo sat there and chat with us for probably a solid 15-20 minutes and bullshitted. We got to talk to Dan Larson, and Nate had his little fangirl moment. We got to go and meet Bobby Valla in person after having him on the show and interacting with him. We got to
I talked to Shardamus for quite a bit, which it was fun, because I've had a couple people reach out to me, and they're like, oh, was he a jerk and things like that, and I was like, no, the guy was super sweet, super humble.
Mm-hmm.
He has a persona or whatever, but just the sweetest guy. I mean, really was.
Yeah, that always confused me, because he doesn't seem like he'd be a jerk. So that's why I'm always like, why do people think he is?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very strange to me. But yeah, so
ironically, the only one I didn't talk to was Pixel Dan, because I've met him previously, and I just was like, well, I'll come back, and because he always had a pretty decent line, and I just never did. But I've met him several times before, so it was no big deal.
And I'm not gonna lie, nothing against Pixel Dan, but not necessarily my cup of tea, because he's very retro and old school, and I'm just not into that. So.
He's a turtle guy and a Motu guy, so
yeah. We got to meet and talk to a lot of people. We actually met some people from our community, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to them. We
Hella Dope Toys, what's up?
Yes. We made they did get some of the exclusive PowerCon prints. So so we came back with a handful of those still left over that we'll take to whatever next con we go to, which may be New York Comic Con if Nate ever gets back to me.
We'll see.
I texted you earlier and you didn't really respond, so
I said I wasn't feeling well.
No,
today.
see, here you are making yourself seem, pretty.
Well, I'm just saying that, me and him were literally having a conversation about, about his Turtle Van situation, and then I pivoted that, and he ghosted me. So I was just like, oh, okay.
Well, that was because that was during work, and it got
okay.
out of hand. So
yeah, we had a blast.
Yeah, really did. So, are we good? Show your shit.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's I want to go to bed. Okay, so I have a handful of things. So before I get to the stuff that I got from PowerCon, we'll do a couple other things. I picked up another comic book Doc Ock so I could give him the bendy tentacles and customize him a little bit. So there's that. I also don't know if you can see it very well, but I gave him the animated Doc Ock's glasses because I thought they looked cooler. So excited to have that set up. Oh, now he doesn't want to stand. Yeah, you can lay down. You're fine. Then what else we got? Walmart, after canceling my pre-order and then letting me reorder it, actually did come through, and I got the Comic-Con exclusive CollectorCon bullshit Mutant Mayhem Donatello. And see if I can get this.
It is small.
It is like it's
the box.
Yeah, it's not as big as I expected. I expected like the figure to be like this big compared to the box, but no, it's most of the box.
Okay.
And there it is. You're probably not gonna be able to see it because I don't have auto zoom on because it freaks out. But he does have a lot more paint deco on him, which I'm happy with. Nate, I still need to get you because yours doesn't have headphones, so my other one,
right,
you can have those. Got that. Now on to PowerCon. So we went to the Valorverse booth, and somewhat because I wanted to go and get to chat with Bobby, since we we've had him on the show. It was a while ago, but we haven't had a chance to see him in person. So I picked up he had some new product that hasn't gone up on the website yet, and I got some of the weapons packs. So I got the Foxtrot pack, which comes with a handful of cool little weapons and effects. The Echo pack comes with more little options there, and then the Golf pack. That's what comes in that one. I do not have all of them here on hand, but I have a couple of them set up. So here is one of my dudes with the minigun. And I'm not gonna lie, I really like the little effect of the shells popping out. Like that was a cool addition. And then I've got the sniper rifle, which was the one I was most excited for. Got a little smoke effect coming off there.
Yeah.
So that's what I got at the Valorverse booth.
I wish, honestly, he would just come out with a box of effects and smoke effects and effects.
You can order them on the website.
Just the effects?
Mm-hmm. He sells. You can buy just the blast effects and stuff for I can't remember how many you get, but I think it's like $10 or something like that. Maybe even
That's not
less.
bad.
But yeah, so you can get some of those. So yeah, if you watched the PowerCon toy hunt video, you may have noticed that I come across something and get very excited because I was not expecting to see it in person, since a certain company that I pre-ordered it from has yet to charge me or ship it. And this person clearly got theirs from previews because they weren't upcharging for it. So otherwise they wouldn't have gotten it from Comic-Con. But I picked up the Loyal Subjects Best Action IDW Ninja Turtles. So there's Raphael, this size. And then you're just gonna lay down because I don't feel like fucking with you. We've got Mikey. And for the record, I'm going from least best to best. We've got Donatello.
How rude.
That's not Donatello.
Oh yeah, you did say Donatello, but I also meant that
I said Donatello?
after.
I thought I said
You did.
Leonardo. Oh, sorry, Leonardo.
No.
I'm very
And you also said least to best.
Yes,
Yeah.
least best to best.
And Leonardo's next to last.
Yes,
Insane.
because he's the second best turtle.
Even though Mikey, exists.
Clearly.
That's okay.
And Donatello is the
Right.
best turtle.
Yeah, we know
I'm
that.
not arguing. Yeah, I'm not arguing
Yeah.
that at all.
Also, actually, you know what? I'll make you have to watch the review for that, because there's a little thing about Donatello that I literally took 13 pictures of these fuckers, probably more than that by the end of it, and didn't notice a crucial detail about the Donatello figure until I did the review. So the review is currently up on the channel, so if you want to see more of those, go check them out. But yeah, so I got those. That is actually everything I have. Before I throw it over to Nate, I do want to hit up chat, because chat is blowing up over here. Where were we? Northern Nomad, Robo and his bright white. LOL. Laser Pants. Did you guys get recognized by anyone? We did, by Hella Dope Toys. They were kind enough. It was a little weird at first because they didn't really they didn't. They just said, "Hey, come over here." So it felt very much like trying to get us to buy something situation.
Right. Like, no.
And I'm just like, oh no. And then they're just like, we love the show. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I was hoping this wasn't gonna be like a hard sell situation.
Right.
What do you guys have for insurance?
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking because like when you go to the cons,
I
like you have
know.
like some people get like real aggressive. There was like,
Yeah.
come check out. I got this. You look like a guy who's into this, and it's just like, bro, I've already blown my entire budget in the first like hour that I was here. Like I ain't got no money. But yeah, they were super cool. We sat there and chit chat with them for a little bit. We got them the prints.
Some
we took
might
a picture
even
of them.
say
They're hella
they were
dope.
hella
They're
dope.
hella-
Yeah.
Where are they out of? Are they?
I could
around
find
here,
out,
or
but
they-
I do not know off the top of my
Yeah.
head.
I was just curious.
They got to
I
be
was-
semi-local because the first time I met them was at the Columbus Toy Show. So
if they're
That
around
was
here.
them, okay. Right?
yeah,
Those are the ones.
Yep.
Okay, I thought that they looked
Yep.
familiar, and I felt bad because I was like,
Yep.
that like those are the same people, right? Because they like
Yep.
the way they talked, it was like their first time meeting us. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they met us before.
yep,
Okay, so I wasn't wrong, but I was too paranoid to say something.
right.
Yeah. So it looks like they are in Ohio.
Yeah.
Actually, Lizard Pants just said they live in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
That makes
Northern Nomad, no emotional damage at the moment. LOL. KJ Smith, sup? How's it going, man? Lizard Pants, well, that's good to hear. Northern Nomad, PowerCon looked like a blast. I wish I could have been there. Man, it would have been great. Like, we would love to meet as many of you as possible. So, like,
The plan is for next year. At least for me, I'm going to go all 3 days.
same.
Yeah. So
I'll be there one.
that's the plan.
Jamar's
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Get,
No,
I'm gonna
you
You
get-
know what? That's the trade off. The more we go, that means Jamar like inches his way in.
Right.
So if we go one day,
right,
he won't
right
go.
on.
But if we go three, he's like, oh, I'll feel obligated to go one.
Yeah, Jamar, I'm going to get a hotel room, a couple of beds in there that people want to crash or whatever they want to do.
Okay.
So-
If you wanna
I
be-
keep getting teased.
Do you want to
with
be
this
a
hotel room idea?
Do you want to be a big
If you
spoon
guys
or a
wanna-
little spoon?
If you
Right,
guys
that's
want
what I'm
to
saying.
together and have a party, we can make a blanket fort, whatever.
We can bring our
I'm
toys
all
and
for
play
it.
on the floor.
Absolutely. Okay, quick story.
Oh,
quick
no.
story. We went to Celebration 3. This was back in 2005, right?
Mhm.
So I went with two buddies of mine, and we bought a couple. We each bought a couple of like ships, and we were opening them that night in the hotel room, and then we went out into the hallway playing with them, flying them around and stuff like that. And people were like coming out of their room, were like "Whoa!" around them and shit. So yeah, we had a good time with that. We had a
Were
good
you
time with that.
sober when you were doing this?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes it 10
Believe or
times
not,
better.
Yeah. Yeah, this was 10 years ago. No, not 10 years ago. Almost 20 years ago. So I
Oh
was
my
pretty-
gosh.
True, that's
I
true.
was
You
pretty
were
lame.
you would have been
Yeah, I was pretty lame.
you've been
Yeah.
in your 20s at
But
that
you're
point.
not now. Not
No.
anymore. Not anymore.
Nope.
He's cool, become brave now.
I have become brave. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I'll just show a couple of things because I don't have a ton. I will show off the one thing that Michael picked up for me since we're in the
Oh, that's right, I
era
forgot
of
about that.
pairing.
Don't
Yeah.
shout. Don't shout him out though.
Oh, right. I found this
Yeah.
in my car.
You found that in my car?
Yeah, but he did pick me up the classic comic art from the Empire Strikes Back comic adaptation Boba Fett. Like all Targets, they didn't ring up, so he had to jump through some hoops. All Targets have them on shelves now, but nobody can ring them out.
So funny thing is, I didn't even have to jump through. She literally walked up. She's like, "Do you know how much this was?" And I was like, $20. And she's like, "Okay, 2-0," and just
Yeah,
went with it. I'm like,
I've heard
"Oh,
of
okay."
some people. I've heard of some people getting them for like $5-10, but I'm not that guy. Like I would.
I mean, had I known, I would have been that guy. But I figured she would check. I didn't think she was just gonna take my word
Yeah,
for
right.
it.
That's usually what I am. I'm like, well, they're gonna check, so I
Yeah,
don't want
I would have been like, I don't know. I think it was like $10, and then like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could have been like, I'm for you for $20. It was great.
Yeah. So I will show off the two PowerCon purchases. Well, I only really bought something at one table, but I grabbed the Ramen Toys He-Man replacement heads. So I'm reading the back now, that it actually works for both the Masterverse and the Super 7 version, which is kind of funny because had I known that, I wouldn't have offered this to my friend for free. I thought, you could have one, and now I'm like, now I want both of them, but oh well, I already offered it to him, so what am I going to do? So, but yeah, I got to pick out which one I want the best. But because either version doesn't really look like Dolph Lundgren, and these do. These do a much better job of looking like him. I'll pull them out so you don't have to see the glare. But
I just want to point out the balls on Ramen Toys, the fact that they have a whole ass booth dedicated to all these like clearly like trademarked products that they're just making with no licenses.
Right. So, and just to show that I can be a complete shill, I got a free hat, so I'm wearing it.
He did. He schmoozed up the guy there, and he's like, let me give you a hat.
Yeah, because I also bought.
He also gave you 2 head.
The most powerful stand in the universe. So I only bought one, so I don't even know what figure I'm going to put on it yet. I probably should have got more, but this was a PowerCon exclusive. So, but it's a cool stand that has like a blue base and then has like blue flying rocks. Like the packaging has the red flying rocks. So, but yeah, that was it as far as PowerCon itself purchases. I did pick up a lot of cards, like as far as business cards and information from people. Some we might be having on the show. But the day before I left for PowerCon, I think it was, I did receive a powerful package in the mail. And I will show the
that's
front there.
Is
Master
that
Universe, right?
the thing that you almost bought at PowerCon?
No.
Okay. It just looks very large.
It is large. So this actually comes from Revelations. It comes from the very end of Revelations. I won't show the full box because it does spoil it. But this was a Mattel Creations website exclusive. And so, very large box here. Look at it in the size of my head.
Shit.
Got the logo on the bottom. So this is Motherboard.
That's a big bitch.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, quoting Axel Foley right there. Trying to get just to show you an average Masterverse figure. Like, she is quite larger than most.
No, this is accurate, I'm assuming, scale.
Yeah, she's very large.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't know if this was like 1/6 or something like that.
Nope.
Nate doesn't do that.
Scale.
I mean,
yeah, this is
for this cool ass box,
scale.
I would.
Yeah.
You'd buy a 1/6 scale figure for the cool ass box.
I mean, if this is something that the amazing detail. Every time you show off like something, I don't know if this is like limited edition or whatnot, but everything you get always has such an amazing packaging and artwork, and not just like plastered on it. Because like the Playmates box, I'm like, that's really cool, the cool artwork on that. But it's also just the design of the box itself. So it always opens in some cool way, or has like a cool flap, or like it's crazy.
Yes, this is a personification of Screech. It's also the harbinger of the Horde, and hopefully what we are going to see more of in Masters of the Universe Revolution sometime next year. So now I'll show off the rest of the box, but it is very cool. And yeah, I haven't opened it yet, but her wingspan is apparently like 2.5 feet wide. So it's going to be interesting to see how I'm able to display this. Damn. But what I like is that in the actual box itself, I mean, you can display her just in the box.
Yeah.
And I also really dug at the bottom in the plastic. If you can see it, it actually says Revelations in the plastic. Yeah. So, but yeah,
that is like next level touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Mattel's doing just a masterful job of I didn't even notice she does just come right out. Oh, she comes with a cool base. Look at that. I just like pulled it all out, and now it's all falling on me. But she comes out, and yeah, she's got a very cool like circuitry
Ooh.
base.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you can see you guys.
I could see
in it.
myself.
Northern Nomad wants to
Now,
know
is she
if
like
that
a
the
robot?
Grayskull sorceress?
It's not the Grayskull sorceress. It's the Horde thing. So it's at the very end of Revelation. So that's it. That's all I got.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me hit up chat here. So, where were we? Nandor says, yes, thanks, Michael. Which I'm confused. I thought you said Chucky B found them afterwards.
Found what?
The Boba Fett's.
He did. But he's going to take those back because you found them.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I remember you were talking about you were depending on what he was going to do, you might just have two and open one and not open one or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's going to go ahead and take his back, and then we'll just take. Well, I think what we're going to do is like make sure that the ones that I have are the nicest ones. But
Okay.
um,
You're take back the poo-poo ones on his receipt.
well, yeah, we'll take out and look at all of them, and then whichever two don't pass the mustard, is that a saying?
I think it's cut the mustard.
Okay.
Right? Is that a thing?
I don't think that's.
But you don't cut mustard because it's a liquid.
I think it's like one of them has to be like up to muster, and I just added mustard.
It's not cut. If you're telling me that people don't say cut the mustard, and it's muster, my life is gonna be in shambles.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, where was I?
I didn't know that Nandor was gonna make it to the conversation. He had a very busy day today.
Ooh. Yeah, he popped in here towards the end. Northern Nomad, have da power. LOL. Laser Pants, but that's how you get licensed. Hot Toys started out the same way. I know, but I think it's more so just like most of these companies try to stay under the radar. Like Jazz Inc., they do like vehicles and stuff and diorama pieces for mostly 1/6 scale and some 1/12 scale. And now they're licensed through like Warner Brothers and stuff. But they were still trying to fly under the radar because they didn't want to get shut down.
Yeah, Ramen Toys just puts their dick right on the table.
Yeah, no fucks given.
I mean, because the mask things that they've done are very obviously masked. They did not Brave Star. They actually even had He-Man figures on display, and a prototype Battle Bones situation while they had their Centurions, which I believe they were called Commando Force or something like that, something very generic, but they were clearly Centurions from the 80s, and they looked fantastic. I never had those as a kid, so I don't really have a connection to them, but they looked amazing there in person. So yeah, they're doing some good work, and that's why I'm proud. I'm also like, I can easily be bought. Just give me a free hat, I'll wear it.
What you mean? As you lean in and show the branding as if you're a paid promotion?
Yep.
Let me look that up.
I was paid in free hats.
Yeah, man, you are real cheap. I've apparently been overpaying you this entire time.
Oh yeah,
You just gave him a hat.
Here, I could have just given you a hat and let you feed off of the fame of everyone recognizing you. And
you gave me a Modern Toy Fair News T-shirt early on, and I was really happy with that. So
should really be rethinking this percentage.
Yeah. Yep.
Laser Pants says, I will say Ace has balls. Had dinner with Ace Friday after the show. He gives no fucks. Laser Pants, did you not like come across us somehow? Were you at the show? Because like
it just popped up and said Laser Pants exit the chat.
Laser Pants unsubscribed.
I was like, no.
Because I have to assume that, like, based off that context, that he was at the show. Unless he only went Friday, then I could get it because we were only there Saturday. But
Sure.
which will not be the case next year. Next year, all 3 days.
Yep.
I said hi to you at the Valorverse booth. I sold you your extra. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, I did not know that your name was Laser Pants.
We didn't know you were Laser Pants.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Gotta have a name tag.
Awesome.
Yeah. Uh huh.
No.
Because I know him from from Valorverse, but I never put that together.
Who that is then.
Yeah.
Ah, well, shit. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, man. Yeah, I totally did not put 2 and 2 together that you were Laser Pants. I 100% was like I know you from Valorverse, and like I've seen you on Bobby's live streams and stuff. So like I knew you that way. That's why I was kind of taken back when you knew us, because I'm like, well, maybe Bobby just told him about us. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on this podcast or something. But that makes so much more sense now of context.
So Laser Pants, give me a Vala hat.
And that is
oh my god. Oh my god. Better
shame.
Nate wants a Valor hat. What I would like is, an exclusive look on the show at maybe the big fancy truck, the Vanguard.
Didn't you get a figure too?
Oh, those were for a buddy. Yeah, the exclusives
okay.
I got were for a buddy who was like, "Hey, I can't make it. Is there any way you'd be able to get it?" And I was like, "Yeah." So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha.
So I already gave those.
Because some of those I was really tempted, but yeah, I stood back like I didn't. I was like, no, I'll just wait.
Trust me, I was like, I gotta go in with the plan. I gotta just get my weapons packs and my buddies 2 figures, and that's it. Because if not, I knew I was gonna spend way too much money.
Yeah, it would have been easily. I could have dropped some serious coin, because those new ladies look a lot better in person. They look good in pictures, but they look even better in person.
I got lucky, and because I was trying to remember like which ones he told me he wanted, because I knew he wanted the Warpath Eclipse, because he made sure of that, but he had mentioned Pandora, and I couldn't remember. I was like, fuck. So I was looking and like trying to remember and trying to look at my phone, and I also saw Gemini, the new one that they did, that one too, and I was like, oh, I kind of wanted that one, but luckily it was sold out, so that saved me the money there.
Yeah.
I did, man, if you watch the PowerCon video, because I try to get like a really close look, the Vanguard looks so good.
Oh, it does.
Oh,
and
man.
especially while I appreciate the brown one just because of, the realism and things like that, but that
gray
one
looks, and the fact that Bobby was like, it may come in both. I'm like, ooh, buddy. Yes, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm here for it. Also, Laser Pants said, haha, sorry. I'm not sure if that's because we didn't realize that he was Laser Pants, or if because he's not going to give you a hat.
That's okay. Either way, that's okay.
Both.
You don't
Both.
You don't have to give me a hat. I just will take a hat.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Now I feel even worse though, because I took a print for Bobby, and had I realized like correlation of who Laser Pants was, I would have taken one for
Bobby
him too.
Bobby doesn't watch the stream.
Yeah, but now because I took
Pants does.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to mail him one.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll get in touch, man, and I'll get you, because I got a print made for Bobby of it's the Sergeant Slaughter. He's like straight up just decking one of these guys, and his head's like going into the ground. So yeah, we'll have to rectify that. And that was a nice print. Yeah. Yeah. We'll rectify that, man. I'm sorry. Had I known like you were Laser Pants, I 100% would have brought 2, but did not put 2 and 2 together. Well, anybody got anything else? Because that sun's getting real low, big guy.
No, I don't have. I didn't have very much this week. I
know. Yeah, this is the first week I think it's ever been where you have
my
the least.
heart. Yeah. My heart was full from having a great time at PowerCon.
That was the best con I've ever been to. Like
A
I've
lot
done
of fun.
C2E2, I've been to NYCC, I've been to some smaller ones, I've been to Wizard Worlds. I had the most fun at this one.
I think what it was is it was definitely a show where companies were present, but it was companies that have kind of like made it because of the strength of the hobby.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of independent creators and you had a lot of independent content creators, and so like it was like it was, for lack of a better term, it was a love fest for like these companies that we have supported and have gotten support from people like us. And I don't mean like the three of us, I mean just in general. Yeah. And then the people who, like, I mean, I freaked out over meeting Dan Larson, but it's just a guy who made a channel with his buddy who doesn't like toys, which I thought was hilarious. But just things like that came out of that and what it is. It's awesome.
I mean, my favorite part about the Dan Larson interaction is that you realized how much in common you have with him.
Yeah.
Because he talked about how, his buddy wanted to do a channel, but he didn't want to be on camera. And he just wanted to do behind the scenes stuff. He's like, well, great. I want to be on camera and don't want to do the behind the scenes stuff. And you're like, yeah, that sounds familiar. I'm like, yeah.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
But I gotta step my game up if I'm gonna get to Dan Larson territory. So. And Jarmar needs to actually just
keep listening. Nate, all you gotta do, keep your feet on the ground and reach for the star.
Preach, my friend. Preach.
Oh my God! Watch next week's episode of the podcast to understand that joke too.
Wait, we didn't say that on the last show.
No, we did not. No, that was on the podcast.
Oh, it all played together. I didn't.
That's what happens when you do 2 hours worth of content in a night.
I swear shit. That was.
Well, we're gonna close this out. So, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody who's watching. The channel has been growing pretty steadily lately, and it's making some big waves. We've made a lot of progress. We've got a lot more names popping up, and I love it. I love the interaction, and I love having people in the chat who are here regularly, and we get to know them. Mm-hmm. And it's becoming a lot more than I think realistically I thought it would. Like I always wanted it to be more. I went into it with the expectation in my head of like it's gonna be more, but I think there's always that voice that's like it's not, and it's become more than I could have hoped for, I guess is probably the best way, because while I wanted it to be like this big deal, I feel like it's more like the building of the community has become more of the experience for me than the numbers game at this point. Like I love looking at the analytics and seeing the channel grow, but ultimately, like tonight, there were several new names in the chat, and that to me felt like a bigger deal than any of the numbers that the channel's doing. So thank everybody who tunes in.
I got a free hat.
Nate's got his free hat. He's gonna ask every single one of you in the chat to send him a free hat. So if you have any down in the basement that are a little musty, feel free. We'll get a PO box set up just for that. That'll be the transition.
Eric,
we're moving on from
Eric,
Nate's fake podcast. Moving on from Nate's fake podcast to the hat of the week from the viewers.
Which the funny thing is, like, I don't even really wear hats that often, but I like the way this looks. I'm not gonna lie. I think
the white
it's crisp.
It's
it is crisp.
It's a very dangerous territory, but you're killing it.
Yeah, I'm too old for a flat bill hat, so
the fact that it's curved.
No, but here's the thing:
a curved bill.
The curved dad hat, kind of in, at least according to people in my age group, which is almost about to be 35 to 44. So take what I say very lightly.
Yeah.
Laser Pants said let him know where to send the hat. So we'll exchange information. I'll get you a print, and you get Nate's hat, and we'll make it happen.
Feels like an even exchange.
Yeah. So thank everybody who shows up and watches these videos and hangs out with us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully we go to more cons and get to meet more of you in person, and actually put two and two together of who's who in chat. I feel like a complete dickhead now. But yeah, so As always, if you aren't already, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out here on the channel. Gets you much fun tour-related content in your feed. We've got the reviews, the how to pose videos, the live stream, the podcast, all sorts of stuff. Currently, you can watch the review of all 4 of the IDW Turtles and see my very strong opinions on both sides of the fence. And you can check us out Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. If you're a fan of the channel and would like to support us, you can head over to patreon.com/Modern Toy Fair. Shit, this is not the podcast. I actually have to put that graphic up myself. There it is. We've got a bunch of different tiers of different rewards. You can check those out. We greatly appreciate it. Regardless, we appreciate you guys' support no matter what. If you would like to get some merch, though, you can head over to tpublic.com. That's a whole different website, /Modern Toy Fair. We've got the NECA Illuminati. We've got the Show Me Your Nips. We've got the Modern Toy Fair. We've got Onlyfigs. We've got Cool Become Brave. We've got I'm Unpunched. All sorts of different shirts. You can get them as mugs, notebooks, all sorts of stuff. Check that out. Link will be in the description below as well. You can check Jarmar out over at metal.tv /Jarmar Games. And Nate, what you got?
Follow me on Letterboxd.
The fuck is that?
Oh, I was like, what's Letterboxd?
Yeah.
And I thought you were being funny, but no, it's like the movie review thing.
Yep.
Wait, like that's a legit thing and like you're actually on it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to tell them what your name on there is? So they can...
No, just type in Nate.
It should be the same. It should be the same thing.
Nate Bryant, 1985?
Yeah, let me just double check it real quick.
Okay, because on Twitter it's not the same thing, so that's why I wanted to make sure.
No,
before...
on Twitter it's not, but that's just 'cause it was
Prefer
from so
P
long
Public?
ago.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, get me a P Public hat. Yeah.
Just
Nate
feel like
Bryant,
that's not.
1985.
I don't know if that's the that's the gimmick you want to take on.
Isn't it just a shower cap?
With a bill. I need a bill and a shower cap. You know what it should be? It should be like folded out.
Oh
kinda like
no! Oh no!
Yeah, that was a little bit. Yeah,
that
that was
took
a little bit.
All right,
Just a little bit.
On that note,
Hey.
hopefully everybody comes back next week. Same toy
No
time,
judgment.
same
How
toy
could
fair
you not?
channel. Thank you for watching.
No.